Okay, so remember we said if you overlap those two circles, right, you end up with a certain shape, right? Is that? Do you remember what I said about that? The fact that the bit that you're being asked for is included double. Do you all appreciate that, or is that something I need to explain? You all appreciate it or not? Okay, so I need to explain. Alright, here I'm going to physically create, very roughly, a couple of circles. Right, so there's one of the circles. Here is another circle. Right. This is a really bad circle. Right. I'm going to stop. Now, we started looking at the areas of the segments. Right, so we've done that, the arc length and area. You understand it's 18 times alpha, 8 times beta, but only if what is true about the angle. Angles in radians. Right? Here's the thing. If you go about crossing out pi's, that's because the angles are measured in radians. If you start chucking angles in degrees in that now, it's not going to work. Alright? Make sense? So, we know 18 times alpha plus 8 times beta, that's the area of the two. Now what we've got to do is work out the area of the quadrilateral. So I'm just going to redraw that on it. Okay, so I've got my quadrilateral, that's an 8. When I split my quadrilateral, I end up with 2 triangles. So, basically then, if I can find the area of one of the triangles, I can double it, because both triangles are the same then. So, area of the triangle. How do I work out the area of the triangle? Area is half AB sine theta. Now, which one do I use? You do my line differently. There? But do I know that distance?
You don't need to know, because you have 2 lengths and you include angle.
Say it again.
You have 2 lengths and the included angle. Then it's an isosceles. Right?
So what's the angle? Well, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is work out this triangle. It's not a right angle triangle. But I do have all 3 sides. And therefore I could work out. See, I don't know the angle. My area could be, if I use this angle, yeah, right, I could do, it's a half times 4 times 8 times sine theta. Sorry, it's not even theta, is it? What is the angle that I'm using there? Beta divided by 2. It's only half of beta. So what's the trouble with this at the moment? I don't know beta and I don't know the area, so I can't solve it. So what do I need to find out before I can find out the area? The angle. Can I find the angle? How? Go for it. Alright, so to work out half of beta, alright, half of beta is using cosine rule. We do that, we do cos to the minus 1. Hopefully what you end up with is beta as 1.6255 in radians. So make sure your calculator's in radians. So when you do this, you'll have done cos to the minus 1 of that gives you beta over 2. Alright? So you would have had as beta over 2 as 0.813 rounded. Okay, so when you times it by 2, you get 1.6255 radians. Yeah? Do you agree? Yeah? Now, here's the thing. This is why we need it in radians. Well, actually, what is the area of this triangle now? So the area will be 1/2 times 4 times 8 times the sine of 0.813 in radians. Alright? Because we only want beta over 2, we've got the triangle. Right? That happens to be 23.24. Right? Centimetres squared. So what you can do, guys, is check these values yourself, make sure that you can get them all. But I mean, I've been through this. So, all right, so we've got the area. Now, what we think then is that's the area of that triangle. Actually, sorry, it's actually the area of both triangles. I've already multiplied by 2. So 2 times the area is 23.24. Right? So I actually need the area of both of them to be 2 times. Right? 2 times because it's 1, 2 of the same thing. All right? So I've got 23.24 centimetres, the area of the whole quadrilateral. Now, what did we say needed to happen then? That the area of the 2 segments added together should equal the area of the quadrilateral plus a bit. Now, the area is 18 alpha plus 8 beta. So, 18 alpha. Oh, I've got no alpha yet. I have got 8 beta. So, 8 beta is 8 times 1.6255. But what have I got to do? Work out alpha. How am I going to work out alpha? Cosine rule, same thing again, but with alpha as the subject. And you work out that alpha over 2, okay, is 0.50536, I think. Therefore, alpha is 1.0107, all rounding, of course. But do you all understand how you would do that? Yeah? So take the inverse cos and all of that. So again, when you've written this down, maybe afterwards, in a minute's time, you can go through and check your results. So we end up with 18 times 1.0107. And all of that, okay, so we've got 29.26 plus 18.19 should equal 23.24. But it doesn't, does it? What is wrong with that statement? So that's segment 1, that's segment 2. What's wrong? This is far too big because
oh wait,
what did I say right at the beginning? The left-hand side is what we need too big. So if I call this x in the middle, okay, basically if I have this side, that side, but I have to add x to it. That's a typical exam question you've got to figure out. Right, that and that are the same, but only if you add the unknown. Right?
add the unknown, the middle part. That's in the middle.
13.004. I don't understand how.
18 times 1.0107.
Yeah. It's not 29.
What is it? It's got to be more than 18.
18.19.
19. And then 8 times
Yeah,
1.67.
they add up to 27.
I've done it the wrong way around.
Wow.
Unless I've made a mistake with my calculation. Right, check that one then, if you like. If that one's supposed to go with that, check that one.
Where
And
do you get the 18?
well, it's
It's 18 alpha, but it's not
18 times whatever alpha is.
18.
That one's 18.19 though.
Yeah,
18 times 1.0. That one's 18.19.
it's 13.004.
Right, well I'll let you check.
Plus.
Check, get your answer right. Maybe I've made a mistake in my calculations. Very much could happen, it's a long question.